Good morning, everybody. Good breakfast? Okay. My task is twofold. One is to introduce you to this website, and it's not quite live yet, but it will be soon. And if you can read the URLs at the top of that page, I have it right here in front of me. You can see the temporary URL. You might want to write that down, but what would be better is just to make sure to check back after March 16th to its permanent resting place at kazanberkeley.edu. And Karen and Jerry will send out emails to all of you announcing the public launch, as well as giving you passwords so that you can access some of the user-generated content, which I'll talk about in the next 15 minutes. That's one part of my task. The second part is to actually encourage you to use it. So first part was to preview it. The second part is to really urge you to make use of it, because it has a lot of really terrific resources that will ultimately make your work easier. So I'd like to see a show of hands. How many of you attended the Fall Institute? Looks like about a quarter, I'd guess. For those of you who did, you have seen a mock-up version of this that essentially has the same architecture as this does. The difference is in this version it's live, and we've already started putting up resources. And the second question, show of hands, how many of you have ever visited Kazan, that's CASN.berkeley.edu? Okay, that's also about a quarter. All right. Let's walk through this outline a little bit. This is going to give you a bit of an overview of what we're going to do here. You could think about what we're going to show you in terms of static content and user-generated content. The static content consists of general resources such as guides and articles that you can download. If in the past you have contacted Kazan to order books, now you can simply go there, go to the website and download a PDF of book guide. Also, another kind of resource are templates and forms, and I'll show you a few of these that you can modify for your own purposes for administering academies, and this can save you a lot of time. You'll also find, and I'm still on the static side here, curriculum, which is searchable by industry sector, by subject. The first curriculum pieces we've put up there are all green curriculum, so certainly if you have green components to your industry within your academies, you'll find good leads there. And finally, a directory listing. So if you want to find other academies that are involved in, say, building trades, you can put in building trades, and quickly you'll find them and you'll be able to get in touch with them. Excuse me. User-generated content. Well, we have a forum. And this will be a place where you could post questions and answers, and people at CDE will view those questions and provide answers. And that will be a moderated forum. The danger of a forum, a community forum, you may know if you've ever used it, is someone may post a question and someone else may post an answer, and the answer is wrong. And the consequence of that could be that you go ahead and indicate a budget item under this category and find out 3 weeks later that you made a big mistake and it's going to cost you. So all questions, so it's a moderated forum, and not every posting is immediately published, that is made visible, and I think you could see why. And there will be both curriculum and administrative topics on the forum. I also put curriculum on the user-generated side, and this is a rather neat part of the new website, and that is that you'll be able to upload your own curriculum. Once again, that won't be immediately posted. Someone at the CPA will review it to see if it's complete, if there's some missing information, its suitability for the academies, and that person will have the opportunity to send you an email and say, well, you know, how many weeks is this supposed to take, or where do we find these materials, so that it's a complete package before it's posted. And finally, regarding the directory, I presume that many of the listings in the directory as it stands now are out of date. They're not always updated immediately, so we'll have an update form so you can go on there and change one director to another director or coordinator, change email addresses and so on, or if you don't have a listing, add one. So let's take a look at it. And my card says walk through site, but I have to see where I'm supposed to start. Okay. Let's start with the CPA homepage. Here we have links to the California Department of Education and the CPA. We also have some news. There's a billboard there in the upper right-hand corner, CPA Regional Coordinators meetings. There's no links here yet, but as soon as more information is available about where they are and their websites, those links will be added. And there's a little bit of an outline of what you'll find where. Let's look at resources next. Resources are divided into a number of categories, which you'll see right here. Read a couple of them: rationale and research, academy design, partnerships with employers. And you could click on one of these categories. And here's something: web-based curriculum resources for career academies. And one of the roundtables I participated in yesterday, the man I was speaking to was specifically looking for web-based resources for his marine biology academy. And when you click on this, you will get a PDF which you can download. There's a second kind of resource. And these are more or less static. They've been written, they're put up there, we can easily change them, and they will be added to and changed out as needed. But a second kind of resource are what we're calling toolbox items. Toolbox essentially are forms and templates. Give you an example. Let's look at student contract interventions. Pick one here at random. Intern standards of conduct. Well, here's a form. Intern's name, understand that as an intern I will be required to do the following things. I will be punctual, accept supervision graciously, not accept payment, and so forth. If that looks right to you, more or less, you download the Word document and then you modify it as necessary. There are about 150 such forms and templates that you can use. And as I said a moment ago, I'm guessing that they can save you a whole lot of time. Let's go back, and right there next to each of those items where it says HTML and PDF, HTML gave you a look just as we took a look at it. And I'm sorry, but I said PDF, I meant doc. Those are editable Word documents, okay? Those are resources. Two kinds: the general categories, which are PDF articles, and the other kind, which are templates and forms. Let's look at curriculum now. There's going to be a lot of curriculum on this website. Consequently, we didn't list it all in a table form as we did with the resources a moment ago. The list would go on. It would reach from here to the end of the room. Instead, we have a search tool. Give you an idea. I'll search building trades and construction. Choose that. Submit the query. And there's 33 items found. Breathing Clean by Building Green. And under there you see that you can, if a description of an elaborated description of a full curriculum has been entered, you could read it right there under Complete Curriculum Unit. I'll click that in a moment, but first I want to just show you what the listings themselves look like. You have a link to a website. You have an indication that the source is a website rather than a book or a DVD. And you have an indication of grade level. You also have a rate and comment feature here. I'm going to log in to this. If any of you have used commercial websites in which you can rate the quality of that plumber you hired last week, or the dentist you usually use, you know you can make comments about it, and you have a star rating system, like so. We've incorporated a similar kind of rate and comment system on this website, with the understanding or the expectation that in about a year, maybe more, maybe less, enough people will have commented so that the cream will rise to the top. And you will thereby be able to zero in on more useful curriculum pieces more quickly. So there are those 33 units that correspond to listings that correspond to building trades sector.